Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome to the show Cjay GroundShark Hunter. Now, that's a fucking dope ass nickname. Explain it to me. How did that happen?
Why, thank you. It all started way back in the early distant years of 2010 when I was getting my start in the sport, and me and my brother and a bunch of our other training partners were just going around, and jujitsu is always something I've had a natural affinity for, and I get two hands around a person, it's gonna be a bad time. So it just kind of came from there.
That's pretty awesome, and it makes for some sweet artwork, right?
Yeah. Got good gear. Got anybody check out my Facebook page, my Instagram stuff. I got a dope logo. It's a really marketable nickname.
And in this business, you kind of need that marketability, right?
Yeah. You gotta stand out.
Okay, well, a name like that, you definitely stand out. 6-6 as a pro, 12 professional fights. We were just talking about a very extensive amateur career. You said something along the lines of possibly 40 amateur fights?
Yeah.
Okay, and why did it take so long to go pro, or was it just an accumulation of fights in a short amount of time?
It was a mix of both. It took me a little while, some years. I was always developing my game to a point at which I felt comfortable, and and for me, in the process, it took me a little longer than others, but I don't regret the decision.
Well, I mean, a lot of people, they fight twice and then, just exit the sport. We're not going to name any names or anything like that. So the fact that you stuck with it, you know what I mean, really says a lot. You're truly dedicated and took your time with the sport to grow and get to the point where you are right now. And looking down your resume, there's some notable names there, man. I think everybody you've lost to is fucking doing really big things right now. So I don't like to talk about losses a whole lot, but the dudes you lost to, they're all fucking studs.
Yeah, it's part of the game, and like those were all learning experiences, opportunities to grow, and like I can always take solace in the fact that I'm competing with those guys and grinding those guys out, and even in a loss, it helps assert that I should be here.
Absolutely. And when I'm telling, my glory days, right? The last kid I fought made it to the World Series of Fighting, and I'm like, yeah, I fought that guy right there. Yep, I fought him. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like it's a little flex to guys who don't have the balls to get in there. So 100%. I mean, and yeah, you could take away something great from losing to all these guys.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
I've grown, and now it's just carving the path. It's like I don't see much more losing anytime soon.
Well, you're on a 2-fight win streak right now. You're looking to make it a 3-fight win streak come May 1st. And the thing about these losses is it shows that you are down to fight anybody, anywhere, anytime, and looking for an exciting scrap, which, ultimately puts a lot of butts in the seats, my man.
That's what I like to do. I can always take solace in the fact that I know if I'm in there, it's gonna be violent, and I'm here, and I want to make sure everyone who's out there is entertained. It's gonna be a show.
Well, I mean, you're just I don't see any downside to having you on a card. You're exciting. You're charismatic. Your nickname is on point. The beard game is on point. We look for violence every time we're in that cage. Like I said, we're looking at to extend the win streak to 3-0. What can you tell me about your opponent that we need to keep an eye on?
My opponent's Irfan Mulbitinovic. He is a very scrappy, well-rounded guy. He does a lot of things very well. He's tall, he's rangy for the division. I think he has a very bright future ahead of him once I'm done with it. No offense to him, and I think I'm a bit better everywhere, and I think it's gonna show.
Okay, and have you seen some, without giving away too much of your game plan, right? But there is something that you've seen in the tape that you're looking to exploit, or is it just you're better everywhere, and unfortunately, he's just going to have to learn from taking a loss from you?
I'm gonna let you and the boys peek behind the door for a second and give you a little insight. Not too much, but just a little, little smidge. The way I see these things and the way I approach it now through my evolution is I don't I view all their footage, I take it in, but I don't focus on any of it because to me these guys aren't they're not that complicated, and all I have to do is get out there in front of them and wait for them to make a mistake, because he will, and then it's just doing everything that I've worked in the gym for years and years and years.
I gotcha. And okay. There's a little bit of a delay, so I couldn't really tell when it had ended. So that's okay. Now, training. How have things been going in this camp? I think when was your last fight? Remind me. Was it? It was for 8.
It was February of last year. February of last year, 2020.
Okay.
Right before everything closed down.
Okay, and that was the promotion. I think it started with an H, right?
Hoosier Fight Club, HFC.
Okay, there we go. Now the GroundShark from then, how does he fare against the GroundShark from today?
That is an interesting question and a thought exercise with. I am wholly confident that this version of me absolutely
Okay. And what area in the game do you think that you've improved the most? Do you think it's been your striking? Do you think it's been transitions? Do you think it's been a little bit of the ground game? Where do you think you've spiked the most in training?
I'd say I think that from the start I was always more proficient at grappling. That was I was most adept at the beginning. So it's kind of been a process of catching my striking up to there, and I really feel like I've done that now, and I really think it's gonna show.
Okay. Now I don't know, what are some things in training that maybe a spinning back fist or a spinning roundhouse. What are some of these things that you've always wanted to throw in a fight that you think, maybe this might be the one?
Now you're getting deep here. You're getting there's some. I'm gonna be broad out. There's some elbow techniques I've been working on implementing to allow me to be more dangerous from different ranges.
Okay, I can respect that.
I now show it.
Well, I just, you say some elbow techniques, right? And I was just watching some highlights when El Pantera caught the Korean Zombie with that, like, bink right at the last second. Remember that one?
Insane. It's like the last 2 seconds of the fight. Wild stuff. Crazy sport we're in.
Yep. So how did you get into mixed martial arts?
Well, I wrestled in high school, and I was pretty good. It made varsity every year that I went out for it, but I didn't start wrestling until high school. So I'm a little behind on a lot of guys who've been wrestling since they were like 5. So I'm good. I'm better than most at wrestling, but there was just a skill gap, and I wanted to compete, and I like competing. I was like, what can I do with it? And thinking down the road, it was like wrestling, you get to the Olympics and then you're pretty much done. So that's a very short road. And I was like, I also like punching people in the face. And it was just like the next trend is like the next natural step.
For sure, for sure. And a lot of wrestlers, after they get done in their collegiate careers, there's really only 3 options if you still want to compete, right? There's, the Olympics, as you had stated before. There's professional wrestling, a la, TNT, or sorry, what is it? I'm not a big, wrestling.
AEW, WWE.
There you go. See, you got it. I stopped watching in the Attitude Era. So your Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock and all that shit, that's pretty much when I stopped watching. But
good time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, there's MMA, and you see a lot of wrestlers transition to MMA because the competition, I'm not going to say it's the same, but it's one-on-one. You know what I mean? You get your coaches are behind you. They're not in there with you. And it's just you versus the other person. So there really isn't that excuse where, that guy who was out in left field, if he would have caught that ball, we would have won. You know what I mean? It's not, you can't blame the other guy. You can only blame yourself.
Yeah.
I think that
it's funny you said that. I played baseball too, and I was thinking, and if I had been smarter, I would have stuck with baseball because that's where the money is. But I like hitting people too much, I guess. But that was always one of the things is like I can deal with losing when it's my fault. I'm hard on myself, but I can deal with it. But when I lose because of somebody else, I turn into a real bad person. A really, really bad person. I just don't want to be like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I can definitely respect that. So out of everybody else's safety, we went the MMA route. That's what I'm hearing. It's just to keep the world a safer place.
For polite society.
Yeah, you know what? And I respect that. Thank you. I feel safer because of it.
Good.
All right. So now outside of training, man, outside of, MMA, what are some things that you like to do?
I'm pretty big into skateboarding. It's just a good way to relax, clear my mind. Lately, I've been playing a lot of video games. We're all just getting out of being stuck inside for an eternity. Catching up on some reading some good ebooks, some good fiction stuff, some good history stuff. It's always not nice to research history. Makes you a better person, learn about the world. And besides that, pretty much some form of martial art. In all honesty, that consumes a lot of my time. It's jiu-jitsu or wrestling or boxing or kickboxing or something.
Okay.
But rock climbing too.
Rock climbing?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you go out and scale cliffs, or is this indoor stuff?
Indoor stuff. there's an indoor rock climbing place that's about 2 miles away from my house.
Shit, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been, but my hand-eye coordination and, I get the sweaty palms. I'd be no good. I tell you that right now. I'd be down to try, but
I believe in you. I believe in you. You can do it. You just gotta put your heart into it.
Okay, well, maybe if I have you cheering me down from the ground, so that way when I fall, you can also catch me. You know what I mean?
I'm right there for you. I'm right there for you.
My guy. Okay, now, what is the soundtrack to this training camp specifically? What are some songs that you are listening to that are, getting you through this training camp?
There's one song, an oldie, well, kind of oldie. Sides by Fun. It's to a lot whenever I'm getting ready for a fight because it was my main walkout song for 3-4 years, and that's always one that really zooms me in.
Okay.
Turns the blinders on and gets me ready to work.
Okay, and outside of that, are there any other songs that maybe like when you're running, or maybe when you're, maybe jump roping, about to hit some mitts or something? Any other songs that kind of get you in this?
Whenever I'm doing bag work or hitting the mitts, I'm a big fan of Pop Smoke, AP, and other one because I'm trying to think about it, I can't remember the name of this song, but pretty much a lot of Pop Smoke's catalog. His album was really nice, so I put that on a loop.
Okay, and are you an album guy, or are you you only go out and buy 1 or 2 songs kind of guy?
It depends on the mood. It really does. Like, if somebody knocks it out of the park, I'm definitely willing to step up and put the money out. Like Kid Cudi's latest album, his Man on the Moon 3, I quickly bought that.
Did you just say Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon 3?
Yeah. You hadn't heard it? Oh.
No, I haven't.
I just put you up on game. You're welcome.
Well, you just made my day, because I know what I'm doing directly after this. I know exactly what I'm doing, and it's buying me a brand new album. Kid Cudi is dope. I like that guy. That's okay. I think we're good on the music question. I think I know you got good taste, and we don't got to feel anything out there. But I do have one more question for you before we let you go. Okay, and it's after you get this win, right? You're fighting a game opponent who's building a streak of his own. Okay, you're fighting for a highly respected organization in NFA. I'm not just saying that because they gave me the shit. Okay, I do enjoy NFA. I think they put on a very good show. And they put together cards that are stylistically tough. You know what I mean? They're not putting on, when red is, a huge, what do you call it? Not underdog, favorite. There you go. Right? They're not putting these lopsided fights together. That's what I'm trying to say. Jesus. You know what I mean? But after you get your win, okay, this is my favorite question, okay? Don't let me down. So far you haven't. And I'm really excited for your answer here. What is going to be your victory meal after you get the W?
Sushi, a lot of it, a lot of tuna and salmon rolls, straight down the gullet.
Now,
the shark food.
I like how you stick with the theme. You don't let it go. I love it. Now, is there a joint out where you're at where they do like an all-you-can-eat spread that's pretty decent?
Yeah, Sushi Ice, pretty good. There's one over by my gym that me and the boys go to from time to time.
Right on. Yeah, there's this spot out here, in Tucson. I think it's called Sushi Garden. That's where me, the wife, the brothers, whatever. We go over there and, we try to eat our weight in sushi, which for some of those guys, that's a lot of sushi. I mean, my brother used to be like, 360. So, but he could put it down, bro. He could put it down. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't do too bad myself, but I'm also a fan of like the Vegas roll, and that's one that's cooked.
Yeah.
So those kind of fill you up a bit. You know what I'm saying? And I'll smash like 3 or 4.
I just throw them down. Like I'll usually get through about after a fight, I'll get through about 5 rolls before I'm slowing down.
before you start to slow down.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the beverage? What are you gonna wash it down with?
Okay. So this one isn't for after the fight. This one's for after weigh-ins. I'm gonna let you in once again. A little secret. So you get a grape Pedialyte and you mix it with Sprite.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like energy. It tastes like energy filling your body after you've cut a copious amount of weight. It tastes like the nectar of the gods touching you on the tongue.
I'm gonna have to give this a shot. So you say grape Pedialyte and Sprite. So you get the grape flavor, and then you get that crisp bite from the Sprite.
Yeah,
dude.
You see it.
I do, and I think I'm gonna have to try it, and I'll let you know. I will let you know. I've done shit like in the past, so I'm actually pretty stoked to put another one out. So that will be coming. Courtesy of the GroundShark. So that's all I've got question-wise. I want to give you, my guest, as much time as you would like to thank any training partners, sponsors, coaches, family members, whatever, man. Just take the floor, man.
I'd like to just a general broad thank you to my entire family who are supporting me and helping me push forward with my dreams. Thank you to my teammates, my coach Mike Rogers, my constant training partners, Lucas Clay, Davion Trotter, Brendan Cadwaller, Julius Aglikas, Jeremiah Curwright, EJ Brooks, just all the boys at St. Charles MMA. I'm leaving out names, but I love you all the same. And thank my sponsor, Body Butter. Give me body. Go to bodybutter.com and you can get my t-shirts. I sell beard oil and beard brushes. So that's how I keep this bad boy so clean. Yeah. I'm gonna give you a little...
There you go. Right on.
So give that a check out, and that'll be it for me.
All right. Well, again, it's over at the Arnold Eagle in St. Louis, Missouri. NFA 5, May 1st is the date, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And where can they go to purchase the pay-per-view if they can't be there in person?
I'm pretty sure you can go to the Nemesis Fighting Alliance website, or the Facebook page has the links to all that stuff.
Okay. And then is there a code or something that they could put in to show their support for you?
I don't believe so. Okay.
Well, we'll have to look for that and make sure we include it in the notes on this interview. Okay. But look, man, very, very excited to see you perform. Again, you're not afraid to fight anybody on planet Earth, it seems. So I am fucking stoked. I'm looking for this right here to be on point. Like I said, we're gonna have to do a video for you on the Great Pedialyte and Sprite. We're just gonna have to do it. So you're gonna have to send me measurements, okay? So I don't have to play mad scientist and figure it out.
You don't want the mix off. It's gotta be precise.
It's gotta be on point, okay? And then of course, where can they follow you on social media?
Just type in GroundShark on any social media you're on. I come up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I used to have a Vine. Anybody who remembers Vine. But yeah, just type in GroundShark. I'm all over.
Okay, and do you have a personal website that people can pick up merch or anything like that?
Bodybutter.com.
Okay, so
BAWDY butter.com.
all right, right on. Well, again, hey man, look, I want to thank you for your time. Hopefully we go out there and we make it a 3-fight win streak against a tough opponent. NFA, like I said, it's a dope show. Looking forward to seeing you compete, and we'll come on after and do the post fight. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I'm here for a good time.
All right, Mr. GroundShark, thank you very much. And again, like I said, we will see you in a few short weeks, man.
Be safe, stay dangerous.